Hi, I'm Dr. Zawish and I'm a chiropractor, and today I'll be talking about the stretches that will make us taller, at least a little bit. But before I dive into that subject and the stretches, it's best to know where do we get our height from? Well, there are a number of factors. Number one is genetics. If you have parents that they both tall, or one of them at least taller, there's a very good chance that we grow a tall person. The other one is diet, what we eat, supplements, and vitamins, and the amount of sleep that we take or we get throughout our early ages, teen ages, or even in 20s. That's also very important. And the third factor is the lifestyle, the sports, the activities that we do. It's really important, especially at the very early ages, which I'm going to touch towards the end of the video on that. But going or talking about the anatomy of being tall, 1/3 of our height is within our spine, and as you know, a spine has number of vertebrae, and between each vertebrae there are discs, and the combination of all that makes 1/3 of our height. So during when you wake up in the morning, we're usually at our tallest, and as we go on through the day, we become shorter, especially by the time you go back to sleep. If you measure yourself early in the morning and then right before you go to bed, you notice that you have shrunk probably about an inch or maybe inch and a half, and that's because of the compression of the discs that goes through our bodies throughout the whole day. So by the time you go back to bed, you're basically shrunken probably about an inch and a half, depending on what you did throughout the whole day. Now, the stretches that you need to do to at least revert that, or you gain that lost inches. Number one is, what you do is that you lay flat on your back facing up on a hard surface like laminate, hardwood, or carpeted area. And what you do is that you kind of extend your arm and legs, and you kind of pull yourself from your feet and from your hands, kind of stretching it, and you hold it for about probably 30 to 40 seconds, or sometimes up to a minute. And it's good to do that throughout the day few times. What it does, when the discs are being compressed throughout the day by being seated or standing, when you do that, you kind of decompress the discs, so you regain that lost height. So that's one. The other one is that if you have exercise ball, what you can do is that you can lay flat on your back and let your back arch on the exercise ball, and just be in that position for about half a minute to a minute, and kind of stretch your chest and arms and also your back, and let the curve of your back to be a little bit more flattened. So that's another way of kind of make your body a little bit taller and you regain that lost inches. And then the other one is basically, you can, if you go to the gym or you have bar at home, you can kind of hang from it for about maybe half a minute. Depends on how long you can hold it, but it's good to do that few times throughout the day or maybe throughout the week. And what you do is that as you're hanging, the cartilage, the discs, the muscles, everything, the joints in the body, they become decompressed. So that's not only good for your muscles, your joints, and your spine, it's also good to regain that lost inches as well. And then the fourth one is basically, if you have inversion table, that's really good. What it does, basically, it's a device that you go and attach your ankles to it, and you go upside down, and it actually does the decompression for your whole body from your ankles all the way up to the neck area as well. And you can be in that position for about maybe 15 to 20 seconds at a time, and then as your body gets used to that inversion position, you can increase that as well. And inversion table is actually good to increase the circulations to the head and the brain area, and also decompresses the spine as well. So those are the stretches that you can do. So again, I'm gonna recap it. You can lay down on your floor, flat facing up. You can use the exercise ball to be on it flat facing up. You can kind of hang your body from either the bar at the gym, or if you have a kind of a bar at home, you can kind of hang onto it and just let it be there for a few seconds. And then lastly, if you have an inversion table, that would be a very good device for that as well. Another factor is your posture, because as we go on throughout the whole day, even if you notice, you feel that you kind of turning into a ball, and also that kind of reduces your height as well. So by standing tall and bring your chest up, you stand taller, you feel taller, and actually you gain that lost inches as well. So just by correcting your posture, you will regain that height as well. And of course, again, a good diet is really important, with supplements, vitamins, good amount of sleep. These are very good factors to add a bit of an inch to your height as well, or at least regain your lost height throughout the whole day or whole week. And then the sports, talking about the sports that will actually enhance your height. Number one is swimming. It's basketball, volleyball, and any sport that actually lengthen your body, or you have to reach, or you have to kind of jump high. These are the sports that will actually enhance your height, especially if you start those sports at the early age, your teenage years or early 20s. It would really help you out to gain at least few inches throughout the rest of your life. Now that we talked about the stretches, the sports, the things that enhance your height, it's best to talk about the things that you shouldn't do, and it will kind of compresses or reduces your height, especially at a younger age or teenage years. And that is basically heavy lifting. Sometimes I go to the gym and I see these young people like at 16, 17, 18, or even early 20s. They're doing really heavy lifting, and that actually goes against gaining your height, as it compresses your bones, as it compresses your cartilages. It's in the long term, it's gonna make you shorter. So it's best not to do any heavyweight training, especially when you are young. At least if you're under 19 or 18, or even early 20s, it's best to stay away from heavy lifting, especially squats, deadlifts, leg presses and things like that. It will make you a little bit shorter, or keep your height from growing further. The other one is sports like soccer or wrestling. Again, those are the sports that if you start early on, it can reduces your height, or actually stops you from getting taller. So those are the sports that you should kind of avoid. And of course, again, poor posture as you go on throughout the day. If you're kind of hunching forward, or you're sitting in a bad posture, it actually, even if you're a tall person, it's going to make you look a little bit shorter. So it's good to actually enhance your posture. There was a video I made a few weeks ago about posture. If you haven't watched it, it would be a good idea to go and review that. But having a good posture would be really good to enhance your height. All right, hopefully this video was a bit of a help. If you have any comments or questions, don't forget to drop them down below. I'll try to get to them as quick as I can, and then we'll go from there. Have a great night. Take care, and bye-bye.